Nah, man, you just know we were gonna go out there and make a video about this BS topic. Absolute tomfoolery over here. Because the Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals, players on the team have just been fined for an absolutely ridiculous reason. Let's head over to the NHL Player Safety Twitter account. You know, George Peros and his crew doing their thing and trying to police the game with suspensions and fines. This is what we saw last time. Okay, Tom Wilson, 5K. Josh Anderson, 5K. I don't think anybody's really going to dispute this because you know why they got these fines? The fight on the bench. They got ejected. It was a pretty big deal. But ultimately, $5,000 for that incident, at the very least, it gave all of us fans so much to cheer about, and it was so entertaining, right? But today, oh boy, today, Washington's Dylan McIlrath has been fined $2,018.23, the maximum allowable under the CBA, for unsportsmanlike conduct during last night's pre-game warm-up against Montreal. And you also had Arber Xhekaj, fined $3,385.42, the maximum allowable under the CBA, for unsportsmanlike conduct during last night's pre-game warm-up against Washington. And the big thing that everybody's going out there and asking here from this is, okay, why? What did these guys do? Firstly, the amounts, that's ridiculous. $3,385.42, 2018-23. Like, where do these numbers come from? What do you mean maximum allowable under the CBA? You just said maximum for both of these guys, and they have different amounts. What's up with that? But other than that, the question is, what the hell did they do to deserve these fines? Well, this is a reply from Zicarso. WTF even happened? And a reply from Ryan shows a video wherein we see what happened. Take a look at this. It's Arber Xhekaj. He's doing his thing, his warm-up. He's number 72 on the screen. And then, right as he crosses back onto the Canadiens logo, you can see Dylan McIlrath, number 52, in white, and these guys end up bumping into each other. Oh, that's so crazy! Amazing! That's some big, hard-hitting action there, folks! No, I'm being sarcastic. That was literally nothing. I mean, okay, it was something. You could see McIlrath has to draw his stick back in, and there is a little bit of a light nudge. It's not even a nudge that's significant enough to see any kind of reaction or a jolt in this stop-by-stop, frame-by-frame video. If you watch the video, you play it with motion, yeah, they just kind of do a little bit of a drive-by, and that's it. That is it. Dylan McIlrath didn't even play in the gosh darn game yesterday. He wasn't here. He was a scratch. He was just there for the warm-up, and that's it. You can see the Washington roster right here. Where's number 52, Dylan McIlrath? Nowhere to be found. He's not there. So, ultimately, the NHL player safety is going out there and punishing these guys for having a light little piece of contact in the pregame warm-up. And this is sort of becoming the standard, I guess, that we are noticing with NHL player safety. From the Toronto Maple Leafs, Nick Cousins, Anthony Stolar's situation, to how apparently the Leafs complained about that, and now we're seeing NHL player safety really lock themselves down and not tolerate any form of physical interaction between players on different teams. I mean, Arber Xhekaj and Dylan McIlrath getting fined $5,000 total for just a little bit of a flyby. Now that is absolutely ridiculous. We also had ourselves some other conversations to go over here. This is what was talked about by Priyanka Amrith. She tweeted about how the NHL has collected $65,000, 403 in, oh, excuse me, I said that wrong, $65,403.65 in fines from the Habs and Caps after 2 games in Montreal. $5,000 fine for Josh Anderson and Tom Wilson, $25,000 fined each out of the 2 organizations, and then $3,385.42 for Arber Xhekaj, 2018-23 for Dylan McIlrath. That's $65,000 worth of fines in 2 games. Like, what's going on here? Again, I understand this one. This one probably deserves a fine, and it's not really going to be disputed here. You don't want to encourage guys to be fighting in the bench, so yeah, I can live with that one. I can say that it's pretty reasonable. $25,000 for each of the teams. Okay, that's a little bit much, but you know what? If it works hand in hand with the Anderson-Wilson thing, then I can accept that too. But this money, man, this is so weird. I'm not even defending, like, the amount of money or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that these guys are going to go broke. But what the hell? You're fining them for this little small thing? NHL player safety's got to get out there and start doing their jobs right, man. I mean, I don't know if this is really unsportsmanlike. Okay, really, knowing Arber Xhekaj, it could be seen as unsportsmanlike, because if there's anybody that's going to go out there looking for a fight, looking for any sort of a chance to get under his opponent's skin, I guess Xhekaj is a guy that fits that mold. Tom Wilson especially as well. So maybe there is some unsportsmanlike conduct in this situation, but what the hell does Dylan McIlrath have to do with it? You could say, oh, like, he's just skating on his own path. He just has to move his stick inwards to avoid Arber Xhekaj. That is so ridiculous. Let's look at some of the replies over here. Yeah, I probably should have done this earlier to show off the video clip in a bigger size, but really, that's it. That's it. That's all there is to it here. Frame by frame, they just kind of graze by each other, and that is a $5,000 interaction right there. And, okay, a bunch of people going out there and talking in French. I don't think anybody realized that this ended up becoming the finable offense later on, but yeah, that's the NHL player safety going out there and doing their jobs. I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about how these fines were handed out. We're not even talking about some of the other commentary that's going on about this game yesterday. We're not talking about Josh Anderson. We're not talking about, or not Josh Anderson, Tom Wilson, excuse me. We're not talking about the crazy comments that Jakub Dobeš made about Tom Wilson. We are just talking about these ridiculous fines. I cannot believe this happened, and these were handed out in the ways that they were. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree with the presence of these fines? Do you think NHL player safety has been doing their job properly? And what are your thoughts overall on $65,000 being fined out of both the Habs and the Capitals after just 2 games in games 3 and 4 of this series? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.